Hi everybody, Patrick from TheMixNation here. Hey, I just wanted to take a moment out of my day to show you something really cool about Reaper, the DAW you see behind me. Now, I have to tell you, this function actually does exist in a couple of DAWs. I know it's in Sonar Platinum and also in Studio One, the Pro Edition. In there they call it Pipeline XT. Here it's Reinsert. It's one of the plugins that comes natively with Reaper. Now, as a preference, I've been using Audition and Sonar Platinum for quite some time, but the problem I have there is you end up going back and forth between DAWs to get to this plugin, that plugin, or different functions. For example, editing a waveform in Audition is way easier than in Sonar Platinum. In fact, nearly impossible in Sonar Platinum. So I like the tracking in Platinum, but I don't like the wave editing. So I'm trying to find something that would streamline my work and make things a little bit simpler. In the meantime, one of the reasons why I thought Studio One Pro Edition would be awesome is that Pipeline XT allows you to send your work from your timeline into external devices such as this outboard gear over here. What if I could do that in a less expensive, more intuitive interface? Yes, I said it. That's my opinion. This is not a sponsored ad, but I've had Studio One Artist for some time and had a really hard time convincing myself to do any kind of upgrade because, frankly, I don't like the interface. I'll just be honest. Okay, in the meantime here, this one's working out for me pretty good in the last week, and I think I might be actually using it more often moving forward. So that said, let's take a look at inserting external effects using a plugin effect. VSTs are really cool. Let's admit that right off the bat. I love VSTs. You can do all sorts of things emulating real hardware. But if you have real hardware, why not use it? Especially with something like this vocal opto gate here. The tube compression is going to be a little bit more forgiving for the voiceovers that I do. So I actually like processing through there. And then on top of that, I do process some frequency effects and stuff like that. A little bit of sibilance control and other gating and stuff through there. But I have an initial gate going through this DBX 266 XL. Again, not a sponsored ad, just letting you know the gear that I'm using. In the meantime here, let's take a listen. I have it split. There's a monitor on the right here and the left, and I have the same exact beat in both. What I did is I took the right channel out of a stereo beat and I put it in both sides so that we knew that they would line up equally. Presently, there's no effects being processed except for on the master channel. I happen to have a limiter, but besides that, there's no outboard effect in place right now or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and play this beat. And you can hear that both channels sync up perfectly. The kicks are right where the kicks are supposed to be and everything like that. So, okay, and now I'm going to open up my inserts here, and we see that we have something called Reinsert. It's the plugin that's going to allow us to compensate for the latency that will take place when we send audio outside of this DAW through some physical channels here, and then back again. Excuse my wiring mess. I've actually just rearranged the studio not long ago due to some flooding concerns, and everything's good now, but it was not fun for a while there. So here we are. Looking at this plugin, you can see that it actually has a way to auto adjust for latency. So we're going to go ahead and use that. And I'm going to send the audio through my effects channel now. Turn that on. And we're going to play the audio. Sounds pretty good. As you can hear, it's actually still in sync, even though theoretically it shouldn't be, because when you think about it, it's actually got to go out and then back in, and all that digital processing actually would put latency on there. In fact, if you look at the top side of the DAW, it says that there's 9.8 milliseconds of delay. With 9.8 seconds of milliseconds of delay, it's actually nearly impossible to monitor that and do a a vocal recording or anything like that, because you're going to hear it looping back at yourself, and it would actually drive you kind of insane. Even 4 milliseconds is really super difficult. So to have 9 milliseconds of delay, you'd notice it right away. And again, we're going to play it through here. If you look here, you'd actually see the processing taking place. And again, both channels are right together. Now, if you hear any difference at all, it's that with this one, I have the EQ. I have several effects on that chain, and a couple of them affect the EQ curve and some other things like that, the loudness curve. And so therefore, this channel might get a little bit louder when I turn that on. But as far as sync goes, as far as timing goes, you can hear that's actually pretty dead on. I'm Patrick from TheMixNation.com. If you want to talk to me more about audio, hit me up on the site. Otherwise, have a great day, and thanks for listening.